So I just video dumped all of my honeymoon from a couple of years ago. I've been kind of collecting videos here. I want to, I guess, start a YouTube channel to show people. I get asked a lot of questions about being a lesbian and what it's like having this type of family. So I figured, why not start helping educate the public? I have 3 kids. I'm married. Uh, I'm also divorced. So I have a wife and an ex-wife. So my ex-wife is not gay. I guess that's kind of backwards. We got married really young, and we had my first son, Dexton, in that marriage, and he's 9 now. She lives across the street. Yeah, that's fun. Um, Actually, it's not bad. We really do get along. It took us a long time to get here, but we get along pretty well. Yeah, me and my wife Brittany got married after 3 months of being together. Yeah, we U-hauled. For those of you who don't know that term, basically it's a stereotype that lesbians and gay people move super fast. And historically, I'm going to have to go ahead and say that stereotype is true, at least in my situation. No regrets. Married for 2 years now. I knew Brittany for a long time, not like super good, but I kind of played up like I knew her better than I did. I just thought she was cute and she sold stuff, so I bought a lot of stuff from her. Mostly cups, whatever. She used to do resin and stuff like that, and I used to go buy from her. I think I bought like 30 cups. Nobody needs 30 cups. So I just kind of whatever. I wasn't like waiting for her by any means, but I definitely kept an eye out. I noticed she became single, and I would start messaging her, but I'm not very good at flirting. So it was mostly very dry conversation. That's just my personality. So a few months later, she made a post, and it said something like, I want a minivan and, some sort of mini farm with chickens. And I was like, okay, I want all that too. So I was like, I need to hit on her, go just a little bit more strong. And so I got on the page and typed up the comment, "Will you marry me?" Well, that got her attention. So I messaged her, and ever since, we got together April 24th, 2022, and we were married by July 15th of the same year. Our wedding. We kind of told our parents we were going to get married. We just didn't tell them when. You could imagine how super not supportive they were of that. No, it had nothing to do with us being lesbians. Like, our parents do not care. But they were like, "Do you guys even know each other?" And we were like, "Yep." So we went to a park and we got married. It was just me and her, the photographer, my friend Alicia, who married us, and her fiance at the time, but they're married now. We had a very beautiful, beautiful, intimate wedding. We just got married in a park, and then we went to botanical gardens, and we took pictures after that. And we took pictures there. They turned out great. I ended up getting overheated and threw up, but it all worked out. We all still ended up married. I would say it was about 2 weeks after that we actually told people. Maybe it was a month. It was whenever we got our pictures back. That's how we told people. We just dumped online. And yeah, and then we decided to go on a honeymoon, and she had always wanted to go to Sandals, Grenada, and let me tell you, this was definitely a case of white trash beats black class, because we don't do fancy things like that in my family. I had never even considered it. In fact, I never even wanted to leave the country. I didn't want to fly over the ocean. I was terrified. So in the meantime, I had broken my leg. I asked her out on a date, and we were going to go to a bar, which I don't even drink. I'm sober. But I was like, whatever. I've been kind of hanging out, waiting for this girl for a couple of years to be single. I'll go to a bar. Well, I think it was like a day or two before our first date, I broke my leg at a skate park. No, I do not know how to skateboard. I was just going and playing with my son, and I went down the hill, and I say a hill. It was like a little ramp. And I messaged her and I was like, I think I just broke my leg. Well, she thought I was kidding, but then I sent her a picture of myself in the ambulance. That was terrible that it happened, but I think it was probably what pushed our relationship to go a little bit faster. I was a single mom, 2 kids. She's a single mom, 1 kid. And I didn't have anybody really. I had my ex-wife, and she did help. But, I mean, at the end of the day, she had to go home. I was here by myself. I had a dog, and she really stepped up. She came every morning for, so she went to work, and then she went to school. So she would work from 8 to 4, and then she would go to school from 5 to 8, Monday through Friday. And she took the time to get up and drive 30 minutes out of her way to come here and get my children ready for school every day until the end of the school year. And by the end of the school year, I knew she was it. That was it for me. So we lived in the same neighborhood. She had moved out to a little 1-bedroom after she got out of her last relationship, but her daughter was still in my kids' school district because she didn't want to switch her in the middle of the year. And so me and her didn't really think too much about that, but we were like, okay, we're going to introduce you guys tonight, and you guys are going to, meet each other, and we made this whole thing about it. And then, we pick them up from school, and they're like, yeah, we met today. Yep, we're cool. We met in the hallway. We didn't even think about that. They could meet at school. They are a couple years apart. I had been single for a very long time, for 5 or 6 years. My last relationship, it ended on a bad note. It wasn't my ex's son passed away, and it was just a really tough situation. So I didn't bring anybody around my kids. In fact, my daughter is the product of basically a one-night stand. I planned it. I knew I wanted a baby, and that was the purpose, and I had her. So Hazel had never met anybody, not even her biological father. He chose not to meet her for whatever reasons he has. And then Dexton never even met him. And he did meet my ex, whose son had passed away, but he was little. He remembers her son, but he doesn't really remember her. So, as far as they know, I just had never been in any kind of relationship at all. So bring her home, sit her on the couch, and I was like, because I just asked her out the night before. And I sat her on the couch, and I looked at my son, and I was just like, hey, this is my girlfriend. And he's over there playing the VR, and he pops his VR up, and he goes, no, she's not. Flips it down and keeps playing. And then he's like, and I was like, no, really, he is. And she's like, no. Or he was like, no, she's not. Just sitting there arguing with me back and forth. And finally I was like, fine, whatever, she isn't. And then he goes, wait a minute, is she? Of course, my son being floored, I was like, yep, this is my girlfriend. And it was real quick after that. She moved in within a month. I just knew, she just knew. We were good for each other. Our kids were good together. Don't get me wrong. It was really rough moving in together, especially so fast. I had a touch of OCD. My plates were in rainbow order, and my floors were clean every night. And it was just me and my 2 kids, and there was enough room for the 3 of us. And then we're bringing in 2 more and another dog. So our living room was literally boxes for months. So we ended up just buying a 10 by 20 portable shed and putting it in the backyard. So that way we have enough room for all the things. Then we saved up for our honeymoon to Grenada, Sandals. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. I would go there 50 more times. Absolutely would recommend it. We went, it was amazing. We dated April 24th, married by July 15th. The following January, we went to Grenada, to Sandals on our honeymoon. And then in March of that year, April? I don't know. Too many dates. In the springtime, we had our reception. And I was actually really surprised at the turnout. We had about 100 people. It was absolutely beautiful. We had a rainbow theme. And my friends actually were able to come down from Wisconsin. I live in Texas. I'm from Wisconsin, and that was really cool. A lot more people were able to come than I ever thought would on my side, so I really did enjoy that. As a family, we travel a lot. I'm into all kinds of stuff. I like to woodwork. I like to fix things, play with PVC pipe. My wife gardens. We're into homesteading. I want to start a beehive at some point. All kinds of just fun things. I used to run a snake room before I broke my leg. I ended up having to sell out because of that, but we had probably like 50 to 100 snakes. We were breeding them. It was a great time, great experience. I learned everything that I learned by crash and burn method, sink or swim method. So I usually go into something not knowing what it is. We do travel a lot. I am a travel agent. That's really not what this page is about. I'd be happy to help anyone, of course, but we do travel a lot. Since we've been together, we've been to Wisconsin, Grenada. We went to the Great Wolf Lodge, Santa Fe, Denver, Corpus Christi. I do love traveling. She loves traveling, and we are able to do it together. That is honestly our main focus in life. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.